Do-do-do-do-do. like no other to honor America and all who have served this great country. Would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem?
Good evening and welcome to everybody to Pemberville, Ohio, where we got some Sports Flex coverage here for the Eastwood Eagles and the Delta Panthers. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'm Dan Ridenauer, joined alongside Kevin Hutchinson, and here we go. The second to last game for Delta, and then there's three more, so the fourth to last for Eastwood. Kevin, welcome to Pemberville.
Thank you, Dan. Very happy to be here. Excited for some high school basketball here tonight. Eastwood currently 12-7, coming off a 16-point win over Otsego. Then you got Delta, they're 4-16, coming off a 13-point loss to Liberty Center. These squads going head-to-head here tonight.
So it'll be Avery to take the draw going against Ludhart. Shoemaker out of the gate tried to go up, and they're going to rule a foul out of nowhere. You just see that Alex York and Lintermoot just going right at it, as you see. Let's take a look at the Delta starters here, Kevin. Vincent Martinez, Ashton Alig, Alex York, Cade Lintermoot, Gunnar Avery. On the Eastwood side of the ball, it's going to be what we've seen all season with Drew Ludhart, Cam Shoemaker, Braden Ludhart, Ben Bueller, and Logan Miesmer. As that goes up to Bueller right at the key, looking for some options. He goes to the right of Ludhart, a Heidelberg commit for football, as he'll have it at the key. Now goes to his brother Braden, fakes it, goes left. Ludhart trying to drive that one in, still to the corner. Will go out to Miesmer, then inward. He'll find Shoemaker, who still has it, tries to go in. At the key, goes high. There goes Ludhart, and he'll blank it. So it's 3-0 Eastwood.
Very good start for the Eagles there, getting some points on the opening possession. We'll see how Delta responds.
As that goes up high, looking for it, it'll be York. Tries to take that one down in. A turnover for Bueller, as that will be going down the court and then up and away, as there it goes. Eastwood up to a 5-0 lead.
And that's what helps when you can kill them with speed early, get those points in transition.
Goes up high, still waiting for it again. York to have it, goes right. Gonna drop that one off to the corner of A-Lig. In going. Ludhart able to get his hands on it, as that will be the rebound for Lintermoot to get his first 2 points of the day, and the first one for the Panthers. There's Ludhart to Ludhart. Now on the right side, it'll go from Drew Bueller, the intended target, knocked away, as now a hot streak going, and a block going for Ludhart, as he had that one in with Alex York, senior versus sophomore, and it'll be the Eagles to come up with it.
A lot of physicality early on in this game. Even though Delta is 4-16, they still are set to be the 8th seed currently in their playoff bracket. So both these teams playing with some heart.
And more on that later as well at halftime. We'll take a look at the brackets for both the Eagles and the Panthers. Going in, that one going was Ludhart to try it away. It'll be A-Lig for the rebound. Taking it the other direction, Martinez to have it. Tries to look, gonna wait for a shot and then go ups to York, because he couldn't find it there. York to have it, just right at the top of the key. Really utilizing a situation here for the Panthers. Not getting low. Turnover by Shoemaker. Stolen away by Ludhart. Keeps it in. Won by Delta. And that is going to be up, and then the miss by Alex York. And it'll go back. Eastwood to start it off early. A long ball going to Shoemaker, as he'll try to take that one in and drives it away. Takes it through. And Eastwood regains their lead.
And on that last possession, good job there by Alex York for Delta, taking advantage of the turnover and capitalizing on the second chance bucket.
Lintermoot and York, the only 2 to score so far today, as there's 3 who have for Eastwood. Now at the top of it, waiting will go to York, and then in the corner it'll be A-Lig, back to York again. And down below we'll see Lintermoot going against Ludhart. 22 versus 2, it goes high though to A-Lig. A-Lig goes right back up to York, and then the shot gonna be a little too much mustard on it. It goes out. Delta to win it right back. That goes to York again. So continues up right high. A-Lig to have it. Goes to the right. Finds it to York. Then down low, the big man in Avery will just swish it right through. And it's a 7-6 game.
That's almost unfair, the kind of matchup nightmare he creates in the paint.
Bueller gonna have it. Goes up high. There goes Ludhart, as he'll just take it, and it bounces right out. And then goes up to Avery, who will plant his feet and then look for it. It goes to Martinez, who will start the drive down. Martinez goes over to York. York waiting for some options, finds the corner, and that's going to be A-Lig with the ball going against Bueller. Up high again, that goes to York, and then up high and then low it goes. Martinez on the and one. It's the first time today Kevin Delta will take the lead.
And that was a great play there by Martinez, just sort of putting up the mid-range shot and a potential 3-point opportunity. I think a lot of people look at the record of both these teams maybe thinking it wasn't going to be competitive, but we're seeing a very competitive game so far.
Absolutely, and Eastwood's brought the crowd here on their youth night, looking for a great turnout. And Kevin, welcome to Northwest Ohio on that as well. Youth night, a staple here at Eastwood. But let's wait Martinez to go up for a shot. And it bounces out the cookie jar and then taken away by York, who tried on the ground to rebound it. But it looks like here we'll get this one going again. Another whistle will be the inbound for Delta as well. What do you see in here, Kevin, offensively, now that you're able to get that 1-point lead and look for it forward?
Well, I think Delta's just going to keep taking advantage of matchups. I mean, once again, Gunnar Avery, 6'5" frame. He's going to be very dangerous under the basket, and just getting Martinez activated from mid-range as well.
Up high, we'll wait for it again, trying to set the screen as Martinez. He's got Avery right in front of him. The right man to do it. Down low, Bueller tried to get that one away, but then up and high will be York, and it's rebounded by Ludhart. Going the right side, continuing on, and that's A-Lig right on him. Looking for it again. Ludhart going to go out to the corner. We'll see an appearance here for Mason Chafee at the number 3. And then it continues along, waiting for some options as well. What you want to do is anybody's game, but there goes Ludhart just a tad short. It's rebounded away by Lintermoot, and then going away for Vincent Martinez. Martinez waiting for it. He's got 2 points so far today. Gets it over to York, also with 2 as this one goes over. Chafee playing defense. Does he get burned? And he does, as that'll make it a 10-7 game for Delta.
York is so dangerous because not only is he big but athletic, and there he has the steal.
He gets the steal and then goes over to Martinez and then loses it down low. Ludhart fighting for it, picked up by Martinez. It looks like this one will be out, and a bit of I guess, disagreement with the crowd and the referees as the ball will go to Delta.
Quite a lot of ball handling issues for both teams so far. Ball getting turned over, it seems, on every other possession.
Is this one to go in? Trying for it is York, and not quite, but he gets his own rebound. Bueller and Chafee right on him, as Max Chafee looked to be the one to knock that one out, but it will come with a consequence as they'll be the inbound for Delta.
Good chance here for Delta to try to extend their lead.
As that one's going high and then out, we'll continue on for York, who has it at the top of the key, goes over to Martinez versus Luthart. We'll see what this matchup can bring. Just choosing to get some breathing room here right at the Eagle as this goes down low, knocked away by Luthart just for a second. And then the steal from the other Luthart. There goes Drew looking for the layup and puts it through.
That's what you're going to want here for Eastwood, getting those points in transition on the fast break. Great job there by Luthart.
5 points today for him as this will get back and then find the courses. You'll just have to see what your options are, where you want to go with it. As this ball gets low and then knocked away for another. And that's just going to go right through. Bueller to inbound it away as Martinez going to follow suit. He'll have 5 today. But Max Chafee will get one and adds his name to the record books as this one goes. A good showing so far. Max Chafee just getting acclimated, his brother Mason as well on the team. But you know you're going to want to utilize him as a big man at that 6'6" frame.
For sure, he is the tallest player for either team here tonight.
As that one goes up and then through, A-Lig will follow suit and get his name on it as that one goes across. Braden Luthart going to try to get this one in, plants his feet, and it'll bounce out and roll, but he gets his own rebound. But first the ball will roll out of bounds, and the whistle will blow. Some substitutions coming in for Delta as Avery will come out of the game, and so will Lintermoot, as we're going to see here. Gary Valentine and Jaden Lohman to come in.
Very fast game so far. We've seen a lot of quick possessions by each of these teams.
We'll take it away here again, going down low and then a little high is York. Takes it to the corner. That one goes to A-Lig. A-Lig going to Valentine as he's got 2 on him, but will find his rebound out to Max Chafee as that's stolen away by Martinez for 3. But he'll miss it and then rebound it again. Max Chafee going to be pretty excited about that. 2 rebounds just like it.
Maybe a bit of a rush shot there by Martinez.
And another 3 for Luthart, not going to follow suit, but it looks like a foul coming up. Braden Luthart got the rebound, but a bit of a scruffle going in for Max Chafee. We'll see if this can negatively affect the Eagles or if it will go in their favor, as we'll have an inbound. That's going to be Drew Luthart, Eastwood's possession. As Luthart to Chafee going across the court, will wait for it and then goes out to Bueller. Bueller to the left side, waiting for another option here. Around $1:10 to go. Finds the corner of Mason Chafee and then all the way across. Luthart on that right key, been strong all day. That one going out away again. Nobody on Luthart, fakes it, chooses to drive left, goes down low to Max Chafee, loses the ball, and a foul coming up as that one looked like he got into it with Alex York.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, that's a good move, getting it there to Chafee in the paint. I mean, he is the biggest player we're going to see on the floor here tonight. Very imposing. Definitely someone you want to get activated under the basket.
So Chafee to go for 2. We'll see what he does here. And he'll make his first. So Eastwood down 3. Chafee to get his 3rd point of the day. We'll see if he can get number 4 on it. Braden Luthart right by him, and so is Logan Meismer for Eastwood. And that one to fall just a bit over on the left side. Less than a minute remaining as we'll continue on here. Vincent Martinez to have the ball. Choosing to be a little more slow with it. He's got Drew Luthart on him guarding. Everybody moving along, and then it's going to go out of the key as this one's going to be driven in for A-Lig. A-Lig going to drop that one back. Then the shot attempted by Martinez. Going to bounce out, rebounded by Lohim. And a block going for Luthart. And then Drew Luthart to knock it away. A backcourt is avoided by Valentine and will keep the ball going for the Panthers in their road black uniforms. Eastwood in their home whites. Is still just right at the line. Vincent Martinez then goes a little low over on his left side by the Eagle, and then goes the ball away to Valentine, and then the shot attempted by A-Lig. The rebound will go for Mason Chafee. Less than 10 seconds to go. Eastwood with a bit of a rush, goes out to Braden Ludhart, has to get some points on the board. Nobody on Drew Ludhart, and that one will just be rebounded away as there was Valentine right on it with Martinez. A close shot could have tied us at the end of the first quarter.
Definitely, and I think if you're Eastwood, even though you're down 3, certainly no reason to panic. They've definitely been in this game. I think just some ball handling issues they're going to want to resolve, and when it comes to taking threes, maybe don't be so quick to do that. Maybe stretch these possessions out, focus a bit more on ball movement here.
Still a close game when we come back for the second quarter here. You're watching Eastwood Delta on WBGU Sports Flex. And welcome everybody to WBGU Sports Flex here. We're in Pemberville, Ohio, between a battle between the Delta Panthers and the Eastwood Eagles. We start the second quarter here. Eastwood down 3 as we'll continue along. Vincent Martinez with the ball over on the right side. Will find his course though over to Ashton Alig one-on-one as he was with Drew Ludhart. Goes to the corner again. Alig versus Ludhart. Tries to get it in. Almost stolen away by Braden right in front of us as that will go to Valentine, who got the pass out to Vincent Martinez right at the top of the key as he'll be against Braden Ludhart. Still battling for it up high is Eastwood. More on the right side for Delta as that one goes up for Gary Valentine, who then drops it right back over to Martinez. Martinez to Alig in the corner. Alig the shot, and that one wide to the right. Chafee just going to make sure that Lintermoot doesn't get it. It'll be the inbound for Eastwood.
Yeah, once again, I think if you're Delta here, yes, you're up 3, but you don't want to be taking so many shots from beyond the arc. You want to try to get some easy twos, some easy mid-range opportunities in this game.
As Drew Ludhart will take it right at the Eagle, will drive left, still waiting for his next calling as we'll look here to what can happen. And he'll go to the right side. Mason Chafee there trying to look for some options as they seem to be limited for Eastwood. The shots were coming off hot at the beginning. Been a little more rough for Ludhart. His last 3 have been misses as he'll try for another one. Goes across. Logan Meismer alone, and that's in. And we're tied up.
Great shot there by Meismer, his first points of the day for Eastwood.
Good job for Logan on that one as we'll continue right back. Martinez goes and then tries to drive that one right in. Had Chafee and Ludhart on him, and he'll connect on that for his 7th of the game. You know, you were talking about earlier, Kevin, driving those shots in. I think that we just saw that from Delta.
Yeah, and I think you want to run your offense through Martinez for sure.
As this one goes right back up to Ludhart. Ludhart to the other Ludhart in Braden, still looking for his options. Being more conservative with the ball as that one goes in. Meismer's blocked as he almost had it, but Lohman will get in his way. And in the paint, it looks like, though, we're going to have some free throws coming up.
You know, it's interesting, this Eastwood team having 2 sets of brothers, the Chafees and the Ludharts. You got to wonder if that helps with team chemistry a little bit, especially with passing.
As that's going to be sunk right in. 16-17 for Eastwood as they only trail by 1. Meismer to get his 4th point of the game. We'll see if he can get his 5th. And it's good. We're all tied up as that one will go, and out of nowhere, he's leading the Eagles in points with Ludhart. We'll wait for another one, almost stolen away as Braden Ludhart been more defensive, wearing the number 2, reminding us of Javante Campbell as that one will go out and away. Gary Valentine almost had that, but Drew Ludhart will go all the way over to Braden. Braden trying to go into the paint and then gets it up, gets fouled. And oh, so close on that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea there for Eastwood. You might as well drive to the basket, try to get those opportunities, maybe draw some fouls. Gives you a chance to maybe slow down the action a little bit.
As Braden Ludhart will go to the line off of that foul, the second one for Delta this quarter. And Luthart will get his first point of the day. And we'll see if he can get a second.
Looks like A-Lig back there right next to Bueller.
Exactly, as this one goes up and away for Eastwood. Will take the lead and now starting to utilize it a little bit more, just seeing that really just not a one-man show so far today. A lot of guys with 2 or 3 points. As that one on the and one for Delta. That's going to be Vincent Martinez. Gets his 9th point of the game right out of the gate.
Yeah, he's already having a huge night. I think he's probably going to end up leading these Panthers in scoring when all is said and done. I think just the more you can activate him and give him spots to perform, I think that'll be good for you.
And that'll go right in off the and one. Gonna hit the decade, the first player to do so from either team. We got 5:20 and counting remaining in the quarter. Takes this one right back. Luthart will go for another one as he's just sitting there and waiting for his options. Finds Braden on that left side. As now Braden Luthart has one on him as A-Lig was the one playing defense. Takes it right back high. Braden Luthart, the shot wide to the left. Bueller almost got in there, but it'll be rebounded by Lohman as Delta's going to start a rush of their own. Vincent Martinez going against Drew Luthart. Tries to cut right, cuts back left. To the corner will go to Lintermoot as he's going to get some momentum on Luthart. And then up high will be Martinez on Chafee. Going to try to get a spin move. Tries to get that one up. There it goes for Lintermoot. He'll get fouled, but he will not connect off the shot.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of chippiness here in the paint for both sides. I mean, I think these are two teams that match up well, similar size-wise, I think similar levels of athleticism, and that's part of why this is only a one-point game right now.
As the student section will start to get a little loud on Hawaiian night, but we'll have some substitutions as Cam Shoemaker comes in for Max Chafee, and then we'll see the return of that senior in Gunnar Avery. As you're got to be thinking, when was Delta going to use the big man? Possibly look for a rebound here in the paint. It goes up, and that'll be knocked out, but Avery got his hand on it. Shoemaker going to pass that to no man's land, forces him down the length of the court, and Delta keeps it in, and you got to wonder. The crowd calling for a travel. Threw it all the way down. Delta went after it and almost had it out of bounds.
Yeah, pretty incredible play by the Panthers, keeping it in bounds there.
As that one goes up, back to Avery, 2 on him. Meismer able to get there, but then another attempt for it on Lintermoot, and it's just a party in the paint as Delta will score and take the lead to 3.
Not even a second chance bucket, but a third chance bucket by the Panthers.
And that will be a timeout by first-year head coach Michael Flipsy for the Eastwood Eagles. They will have 4 remaining here in the half, so don't go anywhere. This is WBGU Sports Flex. And welcome back, everybody, to WBGU Sports Flex. Here we are. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Kevin Hutchinson as we'll get ready to go. Luthart down 3, goes over to the corner in Bueller, still waiting for it, goes up high, back to Luthart again, over to the corner in Bueller, goes out to Braden Luthart, still waiting for an option as that goes off the foot of Martinez. The whistle's blown and the ball will take a trip.
It will indeed. I think from Eastwood here, maybe an attempt to kind of slow down this game a little bit, control possessions, try not to turn it over as much.
We'll see what happens here. Around 3:50 remaining in the half as Bueller to the corner, fakes it over to Braden Luthart, over to Drew. As Drew Luthart still goes over to the corner, there goes Bueller. Bueller to Shoemaker, is still looking for another one. Meismer goes up high to Luthart, and then to the corner is Meismer again. And still looking for it is Shoemaker as he'll get stuffed by Avery. The ball to Martinez, still looking for another one, gets it over to York as that one goes up high to Martinez. Getting guarded by Ludhart, then over to the corner. That'll be to Alex York, who then tries to make a move. Can't find it. Bueller now to play the defense, as that will go to Ashton Alig. Alig gets it over to the corner in York, and then that one going high as well to Avery. Avery to kick that one out to York, and then another one to Martinez. That shot going to go a little bit out. Rebounded by Ludhart, able to hold on to it, able to make a move. Going against Alig on that. To the corner is Bueller, and just a tad much on it, as that's the rebound by Shoemaker, and then the wraparound to follow suit.
Good perseverance on that possession by Eastwood. Draws the game within 1.
As Martinez has it right by the eagle, and then to the corner. That one goes to Alex York, and then back to Lohman again, as the shot by Martinez will not connect, as that's Shoemaker to go. Still holds on to it, tries to get through traffic and shoot it, as that's going to be rebounded. Just couldn't see a jump ball here, as looking to see who is involved, and it appears to be Jacob Lohman as the culprit who had that one away. But either way, it'll be the inbound for Eastwood.
And that's good for the Eagles here. You want to try to get at least 2 on this possession.
There goes Braden Ludhart to the corner by Ben Bueller, still looking for some options. Finds Cam Shoemaker. Shoemaker to paint, tries to travel it up, and then not quite, as there will be the whistle blown. Will we see the 3rd foul today, or of the quarter? And we will by Delta. Eastwood's got 2. That'll be the 3rd for Delta. And we're going to send Shoemaker to the line.
Shoemaker, the junior shooting guard, 5'11" for Eastwood. A lot of the athleticism on this team can be attributed to him.
Baseball player as well, as you'll see him. Normally we saw him at the beginning of last baseball season in the outfield, transferred a little bit down low. Played a little bit of shortstop as well as second base, but either way he will go 2 for 2 and give Eastwood the lead. But you talk about Shoemaker and Ludhart on the gridiron. You put Ludhart at quarterback, quite a way to do so. Miesmer to get the steal, goes to Bueller, gonna chuck it down to Braden, finds Shoemaker, tries to get it over Avery, but he gets his own, no he doesn't get his own rebound, almost had it. Alex York gonna grab it at the last second.
Martinez trying to direct traffic.
Well, you gotta wonder too if they will set the screen, and what they're looking for is that's just gonna be York to send that one right in, gets a 6-point today, and the lead back for Delta. What a cutthroat game that this has been.
Indeed, just not a lot of room for error.
Delta so far keeping the point count to a minimum, and they've given up 527 on the road so far this season. As that one trying to go up for Shoemaker, not quite gonna connect on that one. Eastwood though, trying to get the points up. They've got 1,216 coming into tonight. As we'll look for that one, as Delta, for comparison, is at 883 coming into tonight.
For sure, and Eastwood, you know, currently slated to be 4th in their section of the OHSAA bracket.
As we'll talk about that at halftime, and it goes up for Ludhart, tries to get it up and just puts too much on the sail. Kept in by Miesmer, but it'll be the possession for Delta.
And you notice Delta's been coming up on the right side of a lot of these turnovers here, especially with the ball going out of bounds. Something that the Panthers are going to want to capitalize on here.
Martinez has it, drives right past Ludhart, but Ludhart will get right back up on it, trying to stay in. Martinez gets the pass across, looking for it on York. To the corner, back again. Avery will have the ball, and then back to another one from York to Avery. Gonna miss that, but it goes right back up to Lintermoot, and then goes right out of bounds on that one.
Headed right over toward our table for a second there.
Well, it did, as that will be Jaden Lohman, who had the ball just over here. Then Alex York will inbound. Ludhart pressing him, tries to get that one in. The mid-range gonna go a little too much on the energy, but now a hot streak going here. Shoemaker, and there it goes for the lead for the Eagles.
Once again, those transition points going to be essential here for Eastwood if they're going to stay abreast of the Panthers.
And there's number 8 of the day for Shoemaker, as Avery will have the ball, looking for some options here. Martinez the shot, and that one will just sink right through. And that's going to be lucky number 12 for Martinez.
Martinez just has such a clean release on that shot. He was just able to control his body, do that mid-range jumper just very, very clean.
And the last time we saw Delta here against Eastwood in the first round of the playoffs last season. It was the Vincent Martinez show. We were seeing a lot of him as well as A-Lig. But Braden Luthart will expand on the lead and ends it on a high note. And how about that? Number 4 on the day for that number 2 of Braden.
Indeed, very tight game, and we are seeing, a lot of team basketball. Obviously, Martinez is having a good night, but especially for Eastwood, we're not really seeing anybody dominate in terms of scoring. Shoemaker leading with 8 points, but all pretty close in terms of scoring.
It sure has been a close day. Eastwood will get the 1-point lead as we head into the second half, and we'll talk more about the postseason when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Division 5 men's basketball coverage here on WBGU Sports Flex.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
And welcome back, everybody, to halftime here in Pemberville, Ohio. I'm Dan Ridenauer, joined alongside Kevin Hutchinson, and here we go. We've kind of been bringing it up in the first half, so let's finally take a look at that. Let's start with the visiting Delta Panthers with what their road to the postseason will. As you kind of see there, them and Swanton going to be having to fight in for it just a tad, but you got Paulding right in that first seed. You got Liberty Center and Northwood. Liberty Center, the team that defeated Eastwood last year in the postseason to end their season short, but Liberty Center always a juggernaut in any athletics, especially football, winning the state title this year. We rolled down just a little bit more. An NBC band that Eastwood is well familiar with in the Genoa Comets will have that first seed taking on Western Reserve as you look there. And then Williard and Liberty Benton going to be set to take off in that one, and we'll see the winner of that game take on Genoa and then Western Reserve. Same thing for Liberty Center, Northwood, and then Paulding will play for the play-in game between Swanton and Delta. On the other side of it, let's take a look at the sectional bracket for the Eastwood Eagles. Oak Harbor, a well-familiar rival to the Eastwood Eagles, taking on the Edison Chargers. That will be going against Margaretta, as that game will be set to take off for the first round. Margaretta, a well-known juggernaut as well. Eastwood and Huron going to be set to take on in their first round game. Archbold and Coldwater, two postseason teams that Eastwood is also well familiar with. Ottawa Hills and Bluffton will be the other game there. So kind of looking at that postseason, it's going to be interesting to see how we get there. As you mentioned, Delta has Evergreen. Eastwood, though, after tonight has Oak Harbor, Lake, and then they'll have Huron for their tournament games, so they got to wrap up some of their games in the Northern Buckeye Conference, as Eastwood currently sits third. Genoa leading the conference, and then just sitting behind them is Lake High School at that second spot. But Kevin, let's kind of break this down just a little bit. What are you seeing so far in these two brackets?
Well, I'm looking at the bracket here with Eastwood. You know, they are going to have a home game, it looks like, being the higher seed in their first playoff matchup. That's going to be a big deal for them, you know, taking home court here in Pemberville. I mean, if you're taking a look at the Delta side of the bracket and what they're kind of dealing with, obviously having to fight for a spot in the postseason, having to go up against Swanton. I think tonight's game is going to be a good diagnostic test of where this Delta team is and how much they'll be able to compete in the postseason.
And we'll see where that competitive edge goes. We still got plenty more basketball to play here, so don't go anywhere. We are live on WBGU Sports Flex.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hardworking public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
And welcome everybody to Pemberville, Ohio, as we are here with a special guest in Ava Kashmerek as we are doing this game. The girls team just finished up a contest against Woodmore, but just kind of walk us through how that one game, just how did it go?
I think we did really well as a team. We played very great team ball, moving the ball around, and we played to the end, and it came down to a 2-point game, and we were able to hold that win.
And just kind of at the entire game, looking at improvement, as a team, what do you think you improved on the most?
Definitely moving the ball around. At first, we were rushing some shots, but then, as the game went on, we let it come to us and looked for our teammates around the perimeter to get drives and just move the ball around.
And obviously, everybody's just kind of going in their own direction. Just how do you feel as a team going forward?
I'm really excited. We start tournaments on Saturday, and I'm just really looking forward to it. I feel like we have a good chance to make a run here, and if we keep playing the team ball that we played tonight, we can make a really good run.
Sounds good, and then just kind of that's all the questions I got. If there's anything you'd like to say to anybody at home or any comments, feel free to mention them.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ava, for joining us.
Yep.
We'll go back here for the next one. Looking for it. It's going to be Ludhart right at the key alone. Almost had it. Meisberg's falling short with the rebound as we'll get Kevin back here, but Martinez going to have the ball and goes right across to Alex York and then takes it back along, kicks it right back to Alig as that shot going to be wide to the left. Kept in though, as that will be Alex York, who had to use his frame to keep that one in.
Indeed, and hoping you guys had a good interview. Couldn't really hear from where I was over there, but good to be back. Obviously still a close game.
Oh, absolutely. And would have been a crazy way to end the interview as Bueller tries for three off the rim and then goes out to Shoemaker and then back out again. That will go to Ludhart as that will hit off the knee of Avery and then rebounded by York as he'll get the steal on that. Looking for some options ahead. That one goes out to Martinez. Martinez to Avery as that one kicked out by Meismer and then rolls right back in. And what a close game it has been. Delta regains the lead.
6 points for Avery, but really his impact has been more defensively. You know, he's been very imposing, really tough for Eastwood to stop.
As this one goes right back, Avery trying to get this one back again. Finds Alex York, continues along as Ludhart right in there. And another one, looks like a foul coming up against Ludhart as Martinez will fall to the floor.
Martinez probably not the one you want to foul. Probably the best shooter holistically for this Delta team.
He's got 12 points so far today as we're only a couple minutes in to our third quarter as the next one will go up and then splashes right through for Martinez. Lucky number 13, if you will.
Indeed, and even though only 5'10", his shooting, his athleticism, ball handling really just speaks for itself.
Martinez will go 2 for 2. This one goes back to Ludhart again, and then up high will go to his brother Braden. Braden Ludhart goes to Drew and then finds Shoemaker down below. And oh, that one's going to the peanut gallery as Alex York tried to block the pass to Logan Meismer, and then it'll fall to the crowd.
Indeed, I think that jolted the audience awake a little bit. Came into the stands with some velocity.
As this one goes back out to Braden Ludhart, then over to Drew. Drew alone, and a splash!
I mean, that is a big-time clutch shot. Huge turn of events here for Eastwood.
Well, and you got to consider he was having a little bit of he started off hot, had a couple of shots that weren't going his way, but you look at that right key, it's where Ludhart shines. As Martinez trying a similar shot, his will bounce out to the right. An inbound coming up as that appears to be Ben Bueller to inbound it for the Eagles. Drew Ludhart for Eastwood takes it on the right side. Going to try to drive that one in by the Eagle bench. This one goes. Meismer to bounce it up and away for Shoemaker as the ball movement has improved for Eastwood.
That's what I was just going to say. You read my mind. Great ball movement there for Eastwood. Really distributing the rock and creating some openings in the lane.
As Shoemaker starting to bring the ruckus, goes into Ashton Alig. Was able to get a tip on it as it will be the inbound for Delta, but breaks the play up, and now Delta has to start from square one.
Indeed, but you got Martinez bringing it up.
As this one goes, and then out high will be Ludhart, who got into it with Martinez, trying to drive that one out, and I wonder if Eastwood here, they know they got to try to keep Martinez out of it. Could we see a double team coming up for Eastwood?
I certainly don't think it's out of the question. I think you really want to, with a shooter like that, you really want to try to shut him down.
As you look for the next one, that one goes out to York, who tries to drive it over to the left. Ludhart still on his case. That one going to drive that in will go to Lohman, and then is able to get the bounce down below. Avery gonna try to pick it up, as that one will be rebounded by Bueller. And I think that was more unfortunate than anything.
Yeah, in a world of highlights, that's what you call a low light right there.
Well, and then the quick ball movement for Eastwood. Shoemaker out to Ludhart. The steal from Alig. And they're saying it must have gone off his foot, and that says it'll be a foul, it looks like. Or no, excuse me, it'll be an inbound for Eastwood.
Interesting turn of events there.
Well, Kevin, you know the sport of, well, hold on. Shoemaker gonna miss that, rebounded by Avery. They'll take it the other way, but you look there in kind of the world of basketball. Do you know exactly what happened there?
Not fully.
That's going to be Avery down low. Meisber trying to get pressure as the pressure has intensified for Eastwood. The low shots that Delta was taking advantage of in the first, no more. And Ludhart will get his name on it. There's number 10 for number 1.
Indeed, he's been solid, even though he doesn't lead the team in points. Still an offensive weapon.
Vincent Martinez gets that one low to Alex York. Rebounded again by Bueller, as now they'll take it the length of the court. Bueller has it to his right, finds Shoemaker, tries to get this one up. In traffic, Shoemaker can't pass it away. Ludhart alone, wide to the left, as that will be rebounded by Martinez. He's taking it on the left side, he's got Shoemaker on him, still waiting for some options away. York at the top of the key will splash it in, and Delta puts it within 1.
Big shot there from York, 6'1" senior.
As they're gonna, it looks like they'll say Ludhart got a piece of it, but we'll have some substitutions coming up. Gary Valentine to head into the game, as we will no longer see Gunnar Avery, but we will, Kevin, see a timeout. And it looks like this one will be called by the Delta Panthers, as they'll have 4 remaining when we come back. 36-35 the score between Delta and Eastwood here on WBGU Sports Flex. And welcome back, everybody, to WBGU Sports Flex here on YouTube. As that the inbound to go for Vincent Martinez. He got it from Ashton Alig to just really starting to show their presence on the court. Around $3 remaining as Eastwood is up within 1. Trying to get that one in as York has to go a little bit higher out. The rebound coming up, and who else than Max Chafee? You know, when he's 6'6", he's going to get the first pick of the litter.
For sure. I've actually been surprised. I thought his usage would be a bit higher tonight. He hasn't been on the floor as much as I thought he would.
Well, and either way, this one goes. Eastwood passing the ball around. There goes Bueller, and tried to take a couple. Chafee gets hit in the face. Able to get the pass out. Seems to be a little shaken up, but okay. Braden Ludhart looking for some options ahead. Goes out to Shoemaker, tries to get that one in, finds it, Chafee alone. And that's going to be a little too much, and it goes wide and out. But it's a rebound coming up for Delta, as that will be the ball for Vincent Martinez, who gets it out to Alex York. York over to Martinez again. Waiting for the next one to keep this one away. As Martinez really taking his time here, not letting Eastwood get a piece of it. Martinez gets it back to York, the crowd to start clapping. As York to the corner tries to find it back, as that will be Alig, and then Alig goes out to Martinez again, driving that one in. He gets fouled. Looks like they'll call it on Max Chafee, and that'll be the 3rd foul of the quarter for Eastwood.
And you know, Dan, it's starting to look a bit like the Martinez and York show here for Delta. They've combined for 23 of the team's 35 points. Just kind of hard for Eastwood to stop.
Well, and you knew that kind of coming in, that Martinez was going to be the main forerunner at it, but we'll see him tie it up as he gets his opportunity to go to the line. Martinez has dropped 15 tonight, and I highly doubt that we'll see the last, or that's the last of him. And he'll splash it in, as that's going to be number 16 for number 0. Shoemaker to get the ball, looking for his next option, tries to go through traffic, finds Chafee, gets it out to Braden Ludhart as he'll have it, and then the ball going to go off the hand of Gary Valentine right to the student section, but it'll be the inbound coming up for Eastwood.
Once again, these teams within a point. You know, Delta started out with the lead in this one, but it's been close ever since.
Shoemaker tries to get it up. He gets fouled in the and one.
You can feel the excitement in the crowd. Definitely a physical play, getting that and one opportunity for Shoemaker.
And that is number 14 for Cam, as we'll wait to see his next one. Ben Bueller gonna check out as we'll see Drew Ludhart come in for him, but let's take a look. Here comes Shoemaker from the line. Almost rebounded by Chafee. That'll actually go to Wyatt York as he'll get the pass across and then over to Alex York as we'll wait for the next one here. $1:15 and counting as this one goes in for Martinez. Gets past Chafee, doesn't get past Ludhart. The fight for it by Shoemaker as he was getting into it with Valentine, and it looks like they'll have the ball going in the favor of the Eagles.
And that's really been a trend. It seems like every missed shot, you know, there's a huge sort of knot of bodies under the net, just a lot of physicality and a lot of defense.
The inbound by Wyatt York gets it all the way across to Vincent Martinez. As Martinez gets it to Alex York. York to try to get this one in, and then it's stolen away. The steal by Chafee. They're going to call a foul, it looks like, on Alex York. And that may be, that will, their second of the quarter. Eastwood at 3, so 2 unanswered back-to-back for the Panthers.
Yeah, not a great look, especially when you're in this close of a game.
Ludhart gets it out from Chafee, back to Chafee again, still waiting for the next one, over to Ludhart. Tries to get it over. Mason Chafee looking for options, finds Shoemaker, and that's a bouncing through.
Shoemaker just has a nose for the ball. It seems like every time there's a scoring opportunity, he's right there to take advantage of it.
And it'll tie Martinez. Both have 16 on the night. And speaking of Martinez, looks like here the whistle will be blown because of him. They'll call it on Ludhart apparently, so that'll be the 4th foul for Eastwood. And an inbound for Delta. Martinez waiting for it, finds its way across to Alex York as York will go all the way across the court, and then it gets back to Martinez again, still waiting for the next one up ahead. 20 seconds and counting to go. Ludhart tries to get a piece of it, but Martinez will get there first. Goes up high, still waiting for the next one as Martinez gets the whistle blown on him, and the Delta crowd not too happy with it.
No, definitely not. Those are just sort of the mental mistakes you really want to avoid, especially in a close game like this. I mean, this has been really a 1 or 2 possession game since the first quarter.
As that will go to Ludhart, 9 seconds remaining. Ludhart gets it across to Chafee, back to Ludhart again, still waiting for the next one. Trying to find it, Chafee with limited time left. Braden Ludhart at the buzzer, too much gas. A close rebound by Max Chafee, but he'll get blocked by Emric Frias. And we're gonna take it there. The 4th and final quarter remaining here. Eastwood up 3 on WBGU Sports Flex. And welcome back, everybody, to WBGU Sports Flex. Here we go. It's going to be Mason Chafee to inbound it to Drew Ludhart as we begin the fourth and final quarter. Dan Ridenauer here with Kevin Hutchinson as we'll get this show on the road. Cam Shoemaker looking for his next one. He's getting guarded right now, looking for it with Alex York, as York to keep some options ahead as he'll wait for the next one. Still going to the corner. There will be Ludhart, then over again to Chafee. Back to Chafee from Ludhart. You got two out there in Braden and Drew as that one goes. Ludhart alone, and there it goes.
That's got to be the craziest possession for this Eastwood team so far. Great ball movement into the paint, bouncing it back out beyond the arc, and just a clean shot from Ludhart.
As Vincent Martinez gets that one in to Alex York. Tries to go out, but he'll find the peanut gallery with that by the Delta bench. So an inbound coming up for the Eastwood Eagles.
And these are some dangerous waters for Delta. You're down 6. You just turned it over. You got to kind of lock in here.
As there goes Shoemaker, tries to drive in. He gets fouled with it too, as looks like Gunnar Avery just, his height got the best of him, and we'll see Shoemaker go to the line again. Shoemaker with 16 points so far today. Has been to the line before. We'll see what he can do now.
And that's starting to feel like a bit of an unbeatable cheat code here in the second half. Shoemaker just drives into the paint, either scores or gets fouled or both. And that's been a big portion of Eastwood's points here in the second half.
And they'll be lucky number 17 as he'll take this one back. The most points scored by a player this game, and there it is for 18. As Vincent Martinez with 16. Leads the Delta Panthers. Shoemaker will get 18 for the Eagles. In second place is Ludhart and Drew with number 13. This one going right back as that's going to be York with the ball, trying to get the pass across. Chafee got close with the steal. Martinez able to pull it out from front, and then goes back to York again, getting guarded by Chafee. Makes a move as that one will trample on in for Alex York.
Great discipline there by York, just staying low, waiting for his opportunity, and hooking that one in.
York with 11 on the day, looks for his next opportunity as that one goes out to Ludhart. Going to choose to wait, had York by him, but Braden with the shot, and that splashed in. Braden Ludhart out of nowhere for number 7.
That really was just a well-placed shot there by Braden Ludhart, top of the key. You know, that's an aggressive shot, and he took it, ended up paying off.
And how about that? We'll take a timeout there with a minute-long timeout this time. They'll have 3 remaining when we come back here on WBGU Sports Flex.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience, and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
And welcome back, everybody, to WBGU Sports Flex, where here we are. I'm Dan Ridenauer, joined alongside Kevin Hutchinson. If you're watching the commercial with President Rogers, just for a second was our own Carter Leonard, as he will have the call on Thursday, February 19th, Woodmore versus Gibsonburg for the girls' sectional tournament game, as that will be on the upcoming schedule for WBGU Sports Flex. As for the Eastwood Eagles, they got Oak Harbor on the 20th. They'll have the 21st against Lake, and then their tournament game against Huron on the 27th. Delta has 1 game remaining for the regular season at Evergreen. This one going up and then bounced out, and for a second it's stolen away. And here's a hot streak for Ludhart. And he'll just keep it short and simple. Eastwood will hit the half-century mark.
And very, very quickly, this game's starting to get out of hand for Delta. They just got to get high percentage shots, try to worm their way back into this one.
That'll be the 9th point of the day for Ludhart as they're still driving that one in. York to try to get it up for Delta, rebounded by Ludhart, fighting it through. And then there he finds Braden all alone, and back-to-back for Braden Ludhart.
Yet another transition point allowed, just back-breaking for this Delta Panthers team.
As this one goes right back, Vincent Martinez doing all he could do, still at 16, but he'll find Gunnar Avery for that one. He'll get his 8th point of the day.
Smart play there, just getting the big man activated inside, surefire way to put 2 on the scoreboard.
Well, you talk about the big men. for it. Gunnar Avery and then Max Chafee, the two undoubtedly the largest for both their teams. What impact does that have to have a big man, especially in the paint?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, the spacing you're able to create, the matchup nightmares you're able to create, especially if you have an athletic big, he can sort of match up against anybody and kind of defend all 5 spots. Very huge to have a guy like that.
And that'll go off the knee of Alex York, and then we'll have a timeout called by the Eastwood Eagles. They'll have 3 remaining, the same as Delta, 52-41. When we come back here, don't go nowhere. Eastwood and Delta on SportsFlex. Welcome back here on WBGU SportsFlex. I'm Dan Ridenauer, joined alongside Kevin Hutchinson, where Eastwood holds an 11-point lead as they'll have the inbound. Cam Shoemaker leading the Eagles in scoring today. He's got 18 points as he'll hold on to possession of the ball, holding on to the other top scorer in Vincent Martinez. That one goes low for Ludhart, takes a step, goes back out to Mason Chafee, as that'll go back to Chafee again from Ludhart, and then Ludhart again. Really playing conservative, trying to kill out this clock. Delta playing more of a coverage than man-on-man as this one goes back to Ludhart again to the corner. There goes Shoemaker. And then back to Ludhart again, back to Chafee, and then low. There goes Braden, gets it up and away. Braden Ludhart.
He has absolutely taken over late in this game. Just 6 points for him only in the last couple minutes. Just some great plays.
As that's going to be the shot by York, as that will cut the lead by a tad. That'll be his 13th point today, as we'll look for what else is new. Max Chafee has possession, passes that one out to Ludhart, as that one goes back out to Chafee again, waiting for the next option. Finds Ludhart in the corner, takes a shot, and that follows through for Drew Ludhart.
You know, if you're Delta, you hate to give up a corner 3 like that in this situation. Now you're down 14 with less than 4 to go.
Well, you got to give credit to that. Gunnar Avery will miss that, and another rebound coming in for Max Chafee, but a big part of that, look at Ludhart and Shoemaker. Ludhart with 16 so far today.
They have been dominant.
As Ludhart, especially in this 4th quarter, as Chafee's going to try to get this one in. Finds his way out to his brother in Max Chafee. Braden Ludhart tries to get this one out, goes over to Chafee again. 3:13 and counting remaining in the quarter, as that will be Cam Shoemaker with the ball, still holding on to it, waiting as he'll be just standing up. Goes to Braden Ludhart. Shoemaker trying to call a play here as he's just standing up, waiting. Ludhart to his right, he'll drive right up and goes through. Gets fouled going down by Martinez. And it looks like they're gonna have to send him to the line.
Yet again, Shoemaker going to the line. That is bad news for Delta. He's been great from the charity stripe today. And you take a look at Eastwood, looks like 47 of their points from just 3 players alone. You have Ludhart, Shoemaker, and Braden Ludhart, all combining for 47 points, all 3 of them in double figures tonight.
Well, and we'll have a checkout as well. Delta's got 2 fouls so far this quarter, Eastwood with none. As he'll miss his first shot, but Shoemaker will look for his next try.
And he will be within striking distance of 20 points. That's 19 for him now with that make.
And we'll take this one back as this goes with 2:46 and counting left in the quarter. That'll go to Vincent Martinez. He's still waiting on it, and then gets that one up high to Valentine, and that will fall through. It's 58-45.
First points of the night for Valentine, coming at a crucial time here late in the game.
As Ludhart still goes across, finds his way to Chafee, then back to it again. Shoemaker still down below, but this one going to be out and away for Alex York, as York still driving his force. Goes over to the corner, knocked away by Chafee, but it'll go out of bounds and be an inbound for Delta.
If you're Delta here down 13 with 2:14 left, you got to start chucking up threes and you got to start making them fall. This game's got out of hand very fast for the Panthers.
As we'll look for another one. Just going down low, it seems to be just the same of Alig and then Martinez. Martinez to go down after the shot.
We call him the flop.
As it seems to be looking for a foul as Martinez, according to the fans, may have flopped on that one.
Yeah, definitely sensing a little crowd frustration.
Eastwood holds on to the lead. Martinez to go up, and he'll make it.
Draws the lead to 12, still doable with 2 minutes remaining if you can get a couple turnovers, but
He's got 17 now after that today, and he'll swish his next one for 18. And he'll get one more attempt.
this could be huge. Bring it within 10.
And he'll find it. So just like that, he'll get 19 points on his repertoire, and we will go back for it. As that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Martinez, the pass intended for Chafee, but we'll have an inbound coming up. It'll be Eastwood's possession. As Chafee gets that one into Ludhart, the $150 and counting.
Delta understandably being aggressive with that press.
As Meismer not able to get it up, almost found it. Shoemaker to keep it in. They'll say it went out of bounds, and it'll be Delta's possession.
That's a big deal for Delta. Eastwood comes up empty on the possession.
Well, and it'll be back to Martinez again as he'll look for his options here. Not much he can do. Tries to go low as that one goes to Gary Valentine as he'll have to wait for it, but it takes its way. It's Braden Ludhart able to get redemption to get that one in.
Ludhart just putting on the superhero cape late in this game.
It's Ludhart with 15 today, but Martinez going to try to get that one up. Rebounded by Valentine as Eastwood will find its way. Chafee to Ludhart and not going to connect on it, but it goes to Martinez. And a bit of a breakout going for Delta. The block by Chafee out of bounds. Shoemaker not in time.
Bit surprised by Delta's approach, not taking threes with less than a minute left, driving into the paint on the last couple of possessions, even though they need 12. Just a bit of an interesting approach there for the Panthers.
Well, and part of that is how much of that are they really able to do? Kind of seems as if that's their only option for the moment. You talked about earlier, Kevin, that was really, they got the majority of their points was down low, driving it in.
For sure, and if that's going to be your approach, you know, you got to be able to play defense. If you're not getting a ton of three-pointers, you got to be able to limit the other team's opportunities, and they just haven't been able to do that here late in this game.
As that's going to be Martinez to drive it in, and it's within 10, 60 to 50 flat. As Eastwood moving the ball, 40 seconds to go. If you're Eastwood, you got to play more conservative here and know that you hold the advantage. And don't give it up as that'll go to York. Drive it in against Shoemaker to the corner. Martinez alone. And they'll call a foul on Ludhart.
And that is going to be a three-point opportunity here for Martinez.
Kevin, just talk about it here, how quickly momentum can shift.
Definitely, it can shift very fast. I mean, 28 seconds is a long time in basketball. If you can try to sink all three of these shots here and get possession back.
He'll miss his first one as 28 seconds to go, kind of prolonging the inevitable. He's got 21 points so far today.
He has had a great night. It's just maybe not as much depth around him on this Delta team. A lot of players on this squad. Gary Valentine's had a bit of a rough night, just 2 points from the floor for him.
As that'll go, 23 seconds and counting. Ludhart with the ball, goes across, finds Ludhart, and he'll sink it through to get the 11-point lead, his 17th point of the night.
Yeah, Braden Ludhart just coming out of nowhere here late in this game.
As that's going to go up and then out. Ludhart trying to get that one in with A-Lig. And a bit of a move, but that will be all. Eastwood will get their 13th win of the year. And Delta will fall to 4-17.
Yeah, this was a close one for most of this game, but you saw late Braden Ludhart just going crazy, driving to the paint. It seemed almost every other possession, and Eastwood was just able to pull away. Great night for Martinez for Delta. He had 22 points, leading all players on the floor, but it just wasn't enough as Delta comes up short once again.
As that will be all for tonight. We appreciate you tuning in for our Sports Flex coverage, as that will be all for tonight.